Hello again, welcome back to Unpack Reboot. I found this at Goodwill. What is that? A Neo Smartpen N2. Came out in 2015. Basically, it's you've got your tablets nowadays, Kindle Scribe and such, where you take notes on it. Well, this is an actual pen, and works just like a pen. It was actually sealed brand new. I opened it to charge it up and just test it out a little bit, but have not put much time into it. But
so this is for the old school, true pen and paper feel.
That's right. They have notebooks for it. It does not work on just any notebook. You have to have compatible ones. Like, for instance, this one. So it comes with the pen, the charging cable, an extra ink cartridge, a tiny little notebook, which is funny because they said comes with a notebook, and then I saw the box. I was like, yeah, okay. And then the user guide. And then on the back it shows the different apps, Apple Store, Google Play, MyScript, and Evernote. MyScript and Evernote, I'm not even sure if those are still a thing, to be honest. I'll let you go ahead and open it up.
Let's see what we got. Alright. That is a very interesting design.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, from all the packaging or anything, it makes it look like a fountain pen. It's just a ballpoint pen. It doesn't feel bad. It feels very high quality.
You can actually just pull the little cartridge right out. Like if you grab that,
if you want to change it.
Yeah, it just comes right out. It does sync Bluetooth.
We got any other toys? We got the user guide in here, and the
user
charging
guide,
cable.
and there's the little notepad. You might want to pull that out.
All right, let's see.
Of course, it's not USB-C because it's a little bit older.
The notepad.
I must have forgotten the notepad. So I left the notepad out. We still got this one, don't worry. Basically what came with it was just a small, it was actually that size. I'm not going to worry about it. It wasn't that impressive. But
yeah, we don't worry about this
I'm not going to worry about it. Don't worry about it. On the pen, there's not much. There's the little charge port in the back. There is a button here that turns it on. Yeah, I heard it beep. Fun fact, I have an Android, and the app to this, they do have an app. It's, I think, Neo Studio 2. Well, in their infinite logic and what companies like to do when they make more versions of these down the road, they like to discontinue the ability to use the previous ones. And that's what happened. They discontinued the old app, and then so I was sitting there trying to sync this thing and sync it, and my phone saw it. It just wouldn't do anything with it. And then if you open up the Studio app, it says register pen. You click on it and it just sat there and just ground away and didn't do anything. What I did, not recommending it because it even warns you, but I did like an APK side load where I put the old version of the app on my phone, technically. And sure enough, it worked. I mean, you hit register pen. Oh, hey, yeah, we're familiar with that one. They're being jerks now. And works right away. So keep that in mind. If you find one of these, good price, that you're going to have to get a little tricky possibly on the apps.
That's the worst thing. That's why it sucks whenever you have something that has to use an app of any kind to register anything.
Yeah.
Because you end up with a dead device, basically.
I know, and it's a Bluetooth device. It's like you almost have to go out on a limb to try to not let people use it. I don't know. I know it's 10 years old, but it's still a Bluetooth pen. Come on, guys. So anyway, there's the app. We're gonna get a little.
There's your
my pen cap.
Your notebook.
There it is. We found it. I forgot it was inside this one.
There's a notebook we're looking for, guys.
All right, so we're going to show you up close how this works. Okay, so I've got the app open, and like I said, the old app is called Neo Notes, just for reference. And you can see once you start writing in one of the compatible notebooks, it puts them on there. It automatically knew which ones they were. And I'm going to start small. Let's do the little one first. So I'm going to open to a page just in the back. You can see the pen's on, kind of a nice feature through the cap where you can see the pen light. And so right now I'm just writing. You can see it's a regular pen. It's writing, nothing happened. Sorry, my watch took over the Bluetooth. So basically you can see I wrote welcome on here. And that's kind of the cool thing is where you could sit and write in a meeting here and not have your phone out. It saves the data in the pen. And then once you sync your pen, there's a little button here I pushed. It tells you it completed the pen transfer. And so you can see it recognized which book I was in, so it jumped to it. And so then if you're taking notes on, you can see, this doesn't have page numbers, the other one does, but there are features in here. I can change to green.
It's interesting because it also thickens up the...
You can pick colors, but you can also do this. Slide it down. And see, it thins it out. You can go real thick. To where it's almost like a marker. But either way, kind of a neat feature. And then if
what happens if you put a line through text? Does it just sit it on top?
Like if I did?
Yeah, just like cross out the...
Yeah.
Nice.
So you can do that and then put that away. I can hit translate. And you can see welcome to Unpack Reboot. Our pen, line weight. You can change languages, and that kind of overlays it. You can share it. There is a
dictation.
So we can...
While you're taking notes, you can be recording.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Play that back. That works quite well.
When it plays it back, does it reveal the notes as it's playing back?
No, the play button. Well, the play button actually does it in order. You can see the... Now,
Okay, nice.
I guess the voice, that's the voice playback. So it is two separate entities. You can hear it is playing it. I don't have the volume up. So that's kind of cool. Email. Now here, if I just tap the email button there, it asks you how you want to send it. So pretty cool. And then, okay, say I'm done with this one. And this one, I'm going to randomly open page 129. Okay. Same thing. And look, I thought it showed the page somewhere. Let me go back out. So it knows we're in here.
So the top right, there's a little book icon. What does that one do?
That takes you through your notes. I was trying to remember how to see the page number. I know I've seen it before. I thought it was right up there.
Looks like it keeps your page.
It does
in the order that you wrote them.
Yeah. So if I go over here.
Yeah, so it puts it newest to oldest on your pages.
Yeah, it does know. So I think
So on the book,
I'm running out of charge.
do you just have to have you think it's that specific book that it has something that connects to the pen, or is it literally the size? You think it's the size of the paper?
I haven't figured it out because you do look for, even this one was a moleskin, or however you say that. I don't.
Probably, because Moleskine make a lot of notebooks.
So yeah, I'm
really solid
probably
ones.
butchering it, but it did say smart compatible on it, or Encode compatible on the books. And that is one thing I noticed, even with the newer pens, though, they do use the same notebooks, which is, at least they did that. But you can see, like right here, Encode. So I can't say that it wouldn't work with something else. I just don't know. I know you can add your own notebooks, and they have packs of paper, pen pads, all different sizes, big, small. And it knows the difference. Like you saw here, when I started writing in one versus the other, it knew just to go ahead and open that up and go on in.
How much was that notebook, the Moleskine one? Do you remember?
This one, I want to say was, I believe 20 something. Well, I think 25 to 35, somewhere in that range maybe, which seems a little much, but it is hard. I did buy this separate, the pen holder. But it is it'll last you a while. 240 pages.
Yeah, I mean
and I'll correct that in the video if it's not the right price.
Well, your normal Moleskine notebook about that size, full price, is like $15 anyway. They're not cheap. They're not cheap notebooks.
Right. And they did have, I want to say, some packs of paper. It was like 3 pads for 15 or something like that too. So it just depends. Some had blank sheets. I saw a couple that were half ruled and then half blank. So if you want to do different things in them. This thing, like I said, I picked up at Goodwill. Just happened to be brand new for about $65. They go much higher. But very pleased with it so far.
$65.
Yep, 65
with a baby notebook.
Baby notebook and the pen and the charge cord, and battery didn't get charged all the way. I don't know what the limits are on it yet. I'm sure I'll find out. Hopefully it's longer than it just lasted there. But you can see it's pretty impressive if you have the right situation.
Yeah, no, I've always liked some of these. I used to have the old bamboo one, which it didn't work near that well.
Oh, yeah!
I've also had various other, I have a Kindle Scribe, and then I've had one of those screen protectors with a special pen tip for an iPad as well. Mm-hmm. That makes it feel like paper. None of that stuff ever feels like paper. It's not the same. It just doesn't get there. It really doesn't. They can try all they want, but I mean, maybe the only one I haven't tried really that I've heard good things is Remarkable, but I also doubt that it feels completely like paper. Yeah. I mean, I could be corrected, but those are all considerably more expensive too.
Right, right. And this was, I've tried some of the others too. This was more of a curiosity, but I actually was looking for something that I could go to meetings and take notes. And I was thinking about this where, I could have my phone sitting out, but I think honestly probably what I would do is just get the pen thickness to where I want it. I don't see the need to be able to email it right then or change colors typically, because it can email out as a PDF. And I want to say there was an erase function. Let me see where. I think there was an erase function where you could, yes, you see it on your paper and draw a line through it, but then it erases it from the actual document. So kind of neat too. But yeah, like he said, kind of wanted just something where I could write in, and I'll probably just do that and then get back to, after the meeting's over, go back and sync it, at that point too. Kind of neat. 10 years old. The only thing I am worried about, and it's no fault of anything, is the battery life. I'm not sure yet on where I'm at on battery life. So it may be in my best interest just to use it as a pen and just see what happens.
I would imagine it lasts a good bit, but no, I like it. I always said those smart pens. It's just difficult to find ones that work, and there's just nothing like paper. The only thing, if you take tons of notes, you gotta count on special notebooks.
Yeah.
That's really the only drawback I could see of that one is the special, having to look for special notebooks.
And they had quite a few available, and like I said, I haven't taken it as far as MyScript or Evernote. It's possible the pen sync is there. I'm gonna probably doubt it. I would imagine that if the maker of it did not want you to use this in modern times, they probably would have
kicked it out.
Yeah. So, but there's ways around that if you really want to, and I just proved that. 10-year-old device. I'm gonna say unpack it. I think it still holds up with most of the devices today. I would like to compare it to one of the modern pens at some point and just see how different they are, if they're different or they just feel different. I don't know. But the app lets you do pretty much anything with a pen that you would want to. And it's not it's a nice pen for being, I think, one of the very early ones.
Yeah, it's nice quality. I agree. I mean, I'm not the type of person that sits there and mass organizes notes over and over and all that type of stuff, but having the digital backup, and if it does still work with Evernote, I mean, people used to love Evernote, but I agree. I think it's nice. I think it still holds up. I would unpack it as well.
And you could switch notebooks on a whim, and get back to your desk and PDF just the ones you want to. You might have doodles because you're uninterested in things that someone's talking about, and you might not want to send that off.
Or you might want to and sell them.
So there we go. The Neo Smartpen N2 on our first episode of Light Up the Vault. Let us know what you think, if you like the segment, and we'll try to find some other cool old stuff and see if it holds up. Sound good?
Like, subscribe.
Let's do this.